Hi everyone, good morning. It is 6 o'clock here on your Thursday. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. But it's not just Thursday, Tim.
It is Friday Eve. That's what we say around here.
We sure do, because you know what? We love coming to work here every morning on Up with KREM, but we also love the weekends as well.
We love celebrating Fridays.
We do love celebrating Fridays. Nicole Hernandez is joining us this morning in the Weather Center, breaking down our full forecast. Nicole, you love celebrating Fridays too.
I do, and tomorrow's payday Friday.
Oh, yes. I know we're not alone. I know there's other folks getting paid tomorrow.
Love that.
Oh, it's December. It's the holidays. I think we all had to work 4 weeks this week. We got to get to the weekend, man. No, but before we get to the weekend, we do have some weather to talk about. The radar right now is showing it for the most part. Most of us are clear with just some cloud cover. But like we talked about yesterday, we do have some wet weather that's moving its way into our region. Most of that, like we mentioned yesterday, falling over the Cascades and on the west side, but some of it is sticking here to the mountains up here north. You can see some of that falling right now. Mostly sticking there, probably an inch for our mountains, so nothing crazy. As we look forward, though, we do get the chance to see some potentially fall here closer to the lowlands. If you do see anything, it will just be like a splat of rain or a splat of snow, and it will pass very quickly, and that's pretty much going to be it. But as we move forward through the rest of the day, that moisture moves out, and so does the cloud cover. I'll let you know what happens because the cloud cover is moving out.
Q2 breaking news from overnight. The man accused of murdering 4 of his neighbors in Kellogg, Idaho, reached an agreement with the state of Idaho. Major John Kaylor is expected to plead guilty to the murders. Court documents show the agreement lowers all 4 first-degree murder charges to murder in the second degree. In Idaho, first-degree murder can result in the death penalty. Second-degree murder's punishment is no less than 10 years in prison or life in prison. Documents show the state also agreed to drop the felony burglary charge against Kaylor. Earlier this year, he admitted to shooting and killing 18-year-old Devin Smith, along with his 16-year-old brother, mom, and grandfather. He claims Devin exposed himself and committed a sexual act through a window in front of his young daughter. Following the new agreement, Kaylor will appear in court for a hearing on Monday at 3 p.m. That is where he's expected to enter the new plea. This is a developing story. You can count on us to bring you updates when we get them.
An investigation is now taking place after a woman was found dead in a field yesterday evening. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is joining us live this morning in the newsroom with all of the details. Good morning, Brandon. What can you share with us?
Yeah, Channing, well, there was a huge law enforcement presence in the area of East Buckeye Avenue, and we had a crew there last night. This video you're looking at is from what that scene looked like. The woman's body was discovered around 4:05 p.m., and at this point, details on what exactly happened and how she died is unknown. It's still too early to tell if foul play was involved, and here's what we do know. Neighbors told us, our crews, that this is a popular area for walking your dogs, and because of the open fields and dirt trails. Where the body was found was also near an electricity substation. Police do not have an identity for any suspects at this case. And as mentioned, the details are slim right now, but once we learn any new information about these investigations, we'll keep you informed. But for now, reporting in the newsroom, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Republicans voted unanimously to launch a formal impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. Democrats are now accusing their GOP counterparts of playing politics and exacting revenge.
CBS News' Jared Hill is in New York with the new details and what's next.
In a party-line vote, the House GOP majority formally authorized an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden.
The House has now spoken, and I think pretty loudly, pretty clearly.
House Republicans question whether the president has financially benefited from his son's foreign business dealings, and they claim the White House has stonewalled their investigations. With the probe already underway, the vote now gives the body stronger legal standing to issue subpoenas for witnesses and documents.
We expect to have people honor our subpoenas.
The president's son, Hunter, a focal point of the investigation, defended his father in a rare public statement on Capitol Hill.
There's no evidence to support the allegations that my father was financially involved in my business because it did not happen.
His comments came as he defied a House subpoena to testify behind closed doors, instead offering to appear at a public hearing.
Republicans do not want an open process.
The White House said President Biden was familiar with what his son was going to say yesterday.
Did you watch
with the elder Biden slamming the Republican impeachment inquiry as a baseless political stunt. Jared Hill, CBS News.
At 6:06, let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. The murder retrial for former Pasco police officer Richard Aguirre continues today. He's accused of killing Ruby Doss at the old Playfair track in Spokane. Yesterday, the defense called witnesses to the stand as they worked to show flaws in the investigation. The trial could enter closing statements as early as next week. Washington State Representatives Suzanne Schmidt and Leonard Christian will host a town hall today. They're hoping to discuss the 2024 legislative session and any issues impacting the citizens of the 4th District, which is Spokane Valley. The town hall will be at the Spokane Valley Library starting at 6 p.m. The Airway Heights Police Department shared these photos on Facebook. They say someone ripped the lights off the community Christmas tree at Sunset Park, and due to the damage, the tree might have to be off for the rest of the season. They're now asking anyone with information regarding what happened and the possible vandalism to contact the department at the email on your screen. And that's a look at your morning rush.
Happening today, the Airway Heights Walmart will give a grant to the Reimagined Medical Lake to assist with recovery and response. The goal is to help the community affected by the Gray Fire. The grant is for $150,000. The families impacted by the Oregon Road Fire are also still on the road to recovery. Yesterday, the KREM Cares team helped spread a little cheer to those families. KREM 2 handed out Christmas gifts at Riverside Elementary School. Many of the families lost their homes in August in that fire that devastated Elk in the Chattaroy areas. The families tell us it feels good to have people thinking of them during the holidays.
It's really nice because, you know, we have that support, and you guys reaching out and helping at KREM 2 has been such a blessing, because even though it is 3 months later, it's still raw for us.
Communities in Schools is our nonprofit education partner. They help us serve kids and families throughout the year.
We've got the Rotary Fountain as our live look this morning with the Christmas colors. That's really nice. I can't believe it's so close to Christmas, but we definitely feel like winter because we are dark, we are cold, and the sun is not rising for another hour and a half. Quite some time before that sun rises, which means we do still have time to cool down. We did finally drop below 30 degrees this morning, hitting 29 degrees. And cloudy out as well. Across the region, we are in the 30s in some spots, 20s in the others, depending on where you're waking up this morning, but likely below freezing, except for Wenatchee. Wenatchee's just above freezing. As we look forward to the rest of the day, though, we end up with temperatures slightly above average, and this kind of starts our string of quite a few days of above average temperatures.